Good afternoon, welcome to the Swiss Alps. We're in the forests above Zermatt and full on autumn colours, as you can see. While trees are not normally my bag in terms of what I like taking photographs of, when the colours are as good as this, it's quite hard not to get the camera out. This path that Laffer and I are walking along, part of the famous 5 Lakes walk from here on, and we're going to move away from the north-facing slopes and into the sun where there will be no snow. So before I leave, I want to grab a shot of this tree, which is kind of growing up in between all of the boulders which still got the snow on them, and hopefully the orange, which is just catching the sun now. The orange should stand out. And although it's very simple, it makes for quite a nice shot, I think, so we're away. Okay, Laffer and I have made it to the Grindersee, which is a classic place to take photos in autumn because the trees on the right hand side behind me catch the morning light. I mean, it wouldn't be great now, it's backlit in the afternoon, but they catch the morning light, which is from the sun, which would be up there, and then you can get a nice reflection in the lake. As you can see, the lake is actually frozen, so no reflections today. There's some water on top of the lake which creates quite a nice sort of leading line, and it has in it the reflection of the 2 trees that I'm shooting, the 2 yellow trees in the background. And if I can clean up some of the debris we've got on the lake here as well, then it could be quite a nice shot. Got all the colours here, beautiful greens just catching the light, and the oranges and yellows, and then obviously the mountain one behind. I think I need a different lens, the long one's not going to cut it here. This has got good potential as a shot. This was actually a trickier image to get than I was expecting because of the difference in the dark foreground and the light sky. I'm to bracket, I'm taking one dark shot for the foreground and one light shot for the sky. And then, because I can't get the foreground and the background in focus in one go, I managed to take 3 different images with different focus points. So 2 exposures for each of the different focus points, 6 shots to make one photo. I hope you like it, I hope it's worth it. Just grabbed a quick snap of the section of the forest down here with the sun coming down and highlighting all the colours in the tops of the trees, but because it's kind of backlit and basically the ground is in the shade already, we've got quite a big contrast between the dark bits and the bright bits of colour. I'm going to post-process it to highlight that, and it's not to everyone's taste, this kind of image, but I really like it. Here you go. All right, this tree here is one that I noticed when I was out biking the other day. It's pretty cool. It's got a bit of character to it, a bit of shape to the trunk, the whole thing is kind of lopsided, like it's been bashed around by the weather. I quite like it, quite like the look of it. When I saw it the other day, I didn't look at it necessarily with photography eyes. I was just, yeah, thought it looked quite cool. So I'm gonna have a wander around and see if I can make it work in a composition. I feel like I've done okay today in terms of taking photographs of trees. It's not my forte, but I feel like I've got 3 or 4 shots already, which I'm happy with. This one, on the other hand, can't really tell. I've got quite a lot of clutter around the bottom of the tree. The tree looks cool, if you're into trees, and there's a ridge coming down through the back of the tree, which comes up higher than the mountains to the right, so even the big mountains don't really balance properly. There's a lot of clutter in the foreground. I'm not sure I like it. Maybe I'll get it on the computer and think it's amazing, but I can't imagine so. This could be the first failure of the day. It could be the 5th failure of the day if none of the other photos worked out either, actually. Anyway, moving on. I actually come off the path because I quite like the look of this tree down here. But before I do that, I've been distracted slightly by the view down here of this very blue lake. It's one of the 5 lakes on the famous 5 Lakes walk. In my opinion, the crappiest of all the lakes on the 5 Lakes walk. But the blueness on the left-hand side, I don't want the whole lake, just a bit of the blue behind those red, green and yellow trees looks really cool. So if I get down in here somewhere, I should be able to get that shot. And then I'll move across to this other tree. Yeah, I quite like that photo. The lake is half frozen and a little bit on the left is not frozen, it's kind of rippled, and in between the 2 sections is like 2 lines. So this clump of trees right in front of the lake here are kind of like my subject, and the lines between the ice and the water lead down to them. But just as a slight abstract, good photo. Right, onto my tree over here. Right, this is the tree that I came to shoot. Kind of interesting. I think I really like the fact, I don't know if you can see there, or whether I'm right in the way of it, but the trunk goes from one trunk into 2 and then splits into 3 or 4 or 5 and all the way up. So on the other side of the valley, it's in the shade now. I guess the Matterhorn might be blocking the sun from hitting it, so that's quite dark. Just down from Sunniger all the way along the ridge are some beautiful coloured orange and yellowy green trees. So that's going to be my subject. I'm in at 200mm. Might take a little bit of work in post just to make sure that I bring out the contrast between those colours and the dark background. And yeah, I think that'll do us for the afternoon. Just in case you're thinking I'm all about the trees now, I hadn't missed the clouds behind the Matterhorn, which look quite cool. There's also a helicopter buzzing around in front of it, so if I can grab that, just to reassure you that I'm basically still a mountain guy. I'll leave you with this image. Thanks ever so much for watching. See you on the next one. Ciao, Zermatt.